Hey cousins, welcome to Black Skincare by Coco. I'm Coco, and today we're talking about hyperpigmentation, how you can get rid of those dark marks and acne scars ASAP. Let us Melanin Monday, so you get a skincare freestyle. The beat, Body by The Stallion. Lego, I'm a hot ebony, this melanin ain't cheap. When I get it, this scarfy living rent free. See that pimple, yeah, popped in out a smirk on me. Melanicized trigger, cause I got some UV. Grab some azelaic, alpha and L-ascorbic acid. Retinol at night, working melanin magic. Yeah, my skin on glow, but it used to be tragic. It's the niacinamide and SPF for this bad thing. Woo! Breath control, working on it. So, I'm gonna tell you a bit about my 20-year-long battle with acne and what I found to be the most effective treatments. Then I'm gonna tell you the best ingredients you can use to treat hyperpigmentation. And then I'm gonna give you some product suggestions. Boom, boom, boom. All right? Be sure to subscribe. I'll be posting Black skincare videos every Melanin Monday, reaction videos, and behind the scenes of me building my Black skincare brand, Coco Rose Beauty, when I can. So subscribe and be sure to drop the emoji of the day. Boom, boom, boom. Every time you hear something that you either didn't know, that you find useful, that you just excited about the information, drop that emoji. It helps with the algorithm. The more signals we can send to it, the more it'll show this video and my channel about Black skincare to more people that need it. All right?
Hey guys, I'm editing the video right now and I don't know what it is, but I look so greasy. This is the makeup. I have not put on any powder. I haven't done anything to my face. I'm thinking it's the lighting, but we're not re-recording it. So I'm gonna look like a glazed donut. Hey, shut up. And that just is what it is. That's just what we're doing today. We'll try better. We'll try again next time.
All right? So up first, my journey. Chemical peels. Microdermabrasion, hyperquino, to spot treat, never to bleach, don't get it twisted, microneedling, like you name it. I have tried it. I am 32 now. I first started breaking out when I was in 7th grade in middle school, so it has literally been 20 years, and I've tried everything, all right? The 3 things that work best for me: retinol, to increase cell turnover and speed up healing. Vitamin C, it's a great antioxidant, helps protect you from the sun. And not sunscreen. Please don't cancel me before I've even gotten started. I hate sunscreen because this is what it does to my face. Like you guys can probably see underneath my makeup, I have been dealing with a reaction to the chemical UV filters in sunscreen, and it's been catastrophic. I have never had my skin, I have. But since I've been an adult for at least the last handful of years, I have not had my skin look like this. It sucks. I'm self-conscious. I'll be watching a movie with my fiance. He'll look over at me and I'll be like, nigga, I know you are not staring at these bumps on my neck. And he's not. And I'm just not doing good. So on the other side of it, thankfully, now I've gone from treating the acne and inflammation to treating the hyperpigmentation. That's the stage that I'm at. So yes, in place of sunscreen, what I've been doing is just not going outside. That is my form of sun protection. You need sun protection. If you aren't gonna wear sunscreen, you need to stay your ass in a house. It really is that simple. So those 3 things, all right? Retinol, vitamin C, and sun protection. Whether that's you actually putting something on your face or you staying inside of the house, you gotta have those 3 things down. Those have been key for me, all right? So when we're talking about hyperpigmentation, we're gonna be talking about prevention and treatment, all right? Everything, every ingredient that I'm going to be suggesting to you, every product I'm gonna be suggesting to you falls into one of those 2 categories. So when it comes to hyperpigmentation, how do you prevent it? Avoiding inflammation. Remember, The full term for the hyperpigmentation that we're talking about is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, all right? Post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So reducing inflammation caused by acne, trauma, whether that's like popping pimples or maybe getting bruised or maybe getting cut or something like that. Like there are, oh, my ankle's so ashy. But I'm gonna try, oh no, it's so ashy. I have a scar, I'm not doing that. I have a scar on my ankle that I remember getting when I was like 8 years old. It is darker than the rest of, that's that trauma. And when it comes to skin of color, like we actually have to worry about that. In lighter skin tones, that isn't an issue. Not scarring left after skin trauma that lasts for literally, it's been longer than I've been getting acne, over 20 years. And that mark, I'm just gonna show you guys, whatever. Oh, I'm not flexible enough to. I was gonna twist my leg up here, right next to my face. Welcome to my channel. But back to the script, reducing inflammation caused by acne, trauma, or a reaction to whatever you might be putting on your face, that is key. So when you have a breakout, one of the worst things you can do is aggravate your skin or cause any more trauma to your skin by going too hard. And I understand. I recently made this mistake when I started breaking out in reaction to that sunscreen that everyone recommends is so safe. When I started breaking out, I was like, exfoliation. You can't be doing that. Don't do that to your skin. That is literally only going to make things worse. Be freaking gentle, okay? Another method of prevention, sunscreen. I know. Whenever you're exposed to the sun, UV rays are wreaking havoc on your skin even when you don't see it. But when something inflammatory happens to that skin, say you get a pimple, all of that damage is gonna come to the surface in full freaking force. So if you just wear sunscreen regularly or avoid the freaking sun, you are doing your skin the ultimate favor, all right? Which is why, again, we're developing a melanin-friendly sunscreen at Cocoa Rose Beauty. And if you guys want to hear when we are launching that or just keep up with the videos on this channel, there's a link in the description of this video where you can sign up for my VIP list. So just add your email, sign on up, and we're good. You're in the loop. Also, before I forget, if you want to try out this sunscreen ahead of time, I always need people to test my products before I start selling them. The Melanin Friendly Skincare group on Facebook, I created that for people like us. So if you are interested in just having conversations with people with melanin about skincare, or if you're interested in getting some of my beta products to test out and give me your feedback, go ahead, click that link in the description as well, okay? So, on to my favorite products to treat it. So we talked about prevention, right? We talked about sunscreen and or avoiding the sun, just like sun protection, that's one. And another is avoiding inflammation. And then of course, like it's hard to avoid acne itself, but I am putting a video out on the subject because I know that I could definitely help. Like when I break out, it sucks, but it is not the end of the world because I know exactly what I need to do to make sure that breakout is cleared within 1 week's time. I'm not about to have a bump sitting on my face for weeks and weeks. We're not doing that. So I'm gonna share my secrets in that video. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss it. So my favorite products, vitamin A. Vitamin freaking A. Tretinoin, retinol, retinoids. Yeah. I am a thought for retinol. I don't care. Judge me if you want to. That's none of my business. I love me for, like, this is the number one. If I could only use one product for the rest. It would be vitamin A. It would be one of the forms of vitamin A. Why? Because it just freaking works. And why does it work? Because it increases cell turnover. So what that means is, while a lot of people might get as it, and it might have to sit there for a couple of weeks, and then the hyperpigmentation might stick around for like 3 months, because it usually takes a couple months to a couple years to clear naturally. What retin-A does, what retinol does, what vitamin A does, and all of this is essentially the same thing. There are some derivatives of this same thing, but it is all vitamin A, all right? So what this does is get in your skin, and instead of your stuff just moving along nice and slow like it's walking, it's like, come on. That's what it's like. It hurries everything up, which is why my skin, because I've trained it, I've been using retinol for probably 15 years. For probably 15 years, and it has been the #1 game changer, period, across the board. The one thing is, if you are using retinol, because it is increasing cell turnover, and if your skin is still getting used to it, you are going to be shedding and kind of peeling, and yeah, and it's not necessarily cute, but it also is exposing those new layers of skin to the sun when you are, so you need to make sure that you are wearing sunscreen. You just have to make sure your skin is protected, or stay your ass inside of the house, away from the windows, because the windows aren't stopping the light. Otherwise, it'd just be dark inside of your house. You get where I'm going with this? All right, so retin-A, it increases cell turnover and speeds up the healing process. It is so freaking essential, okay? You can find it literally everywhere. We are, of course, how could I not release our own retinol product? Okay, so that's coming. But if your skin cannot handle vitamin A, you can try Crucial, which is a vitamin A alternative. It hasn't been studied as much, but it is said to do the same job as retinol, but with less side effects. Because too much vitamin A will have you out in these streets looking crazy. It just is what it is. You be peeling all around your mouth and your chin and all of that stuff. And that's because it's helping to clear away all of that dead stuff, helping to push it on out so the good skin can come up. But not everyone can do that. It is a sight to see, okay? So just be ready for that. Another ingredient that I absolutely freaking love, vitamin C. There are a bunch of different types of vitamin C, so you just gotta find what works. Now, this is an antioxidant, meaning it cleans up the free radicals that create skin damage and aggravate hyperpigmentation. No one ever explains what free radicals are. You don't want them on your skin. They're essentially home wreckers. They're hose. They are the hose, and they are gonna try and come up in all your cells and all that, break up your happy home, and then just bounce off, leave you with a broken home. Now, all of you guys are hurting people. It's a cycle. It's vicious, and we don't want that on our skin. So vitamin C, in addition to protecting against those free radicals, it also helps to brighten it. It's freaking magic. And I don't want to get too sciencey with you guys, because again, this video needs to be less than 15 minutes long. I don't think we're gonna do that. Next ingredient, niacinamide, which you can find almost everywhere because it's so effective and really tolerable. It helps reduce inflammation, and it protects against damage caused by UV rays, similar to vitamin C, okay? Now, to speed up the time it takes your skin to clear those dark marks and acne scars, exfoliation is key. Removing the outer layers of skin to reveal the fresher, newer skin beneath, and exfoliating to make sure that you don't get any of those skin cells clogged up in your pores causing more acne. Also very much key, because that goes back into the prevention side of things, and also into the acne treatment. So it's a double whammy. Make sure you're not sleeping on exfoliation, but you don't want to be out here scrubbing your face off. Like, even when you're just like slightly dragging a rag or a towel or whatever across, that is literally considered a form of exfoliation. So when you're in there scrubbing and stuff, you are almost always doing more damage than you are good. So instead of manual exfoliation, you want to start chemically exfoliating with things like lactic acid, glycolic acid, mandelic acid. Those are your alpha hydroxy acids. You can find those in a ton of products. Lactic acid, super gentle. Glycolic acid, don't use anything above 5% because that can trigger rebound hyperpigmentation by causing scarring and hot spots and a bunch of stuff that you don't want to deal with. And then mandelic acid is something I haven't explored as much as I want to personally, but I do know that a lot of skincare professionals prefer to use lactic and mandelic acid on skin of color. And then we have azelaic acid and kojic acid, two additional chemical exfoliators, not technically considered AHAs because those are, we're not doing the sciencey thing. There are a ton of really great channels on YouTube where you can get that stuff. This is more for the people that just want to clear their stuff up and get on with their lives, right? Same. Like if I hadn't gone to esthetician school to have a better understanding of the science of skin for the development of Cocoa Rose, like that literally enrolled for the sole purpose of developing products for you and being able to talk to you from a position of, I didn't just find this information on Google. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just respect you more than that. And I'm not gonna do that to you because I know what it's like to have really bad skin, and to just come up here and share my opinions, be like, you can't be playing with people like that. So went to school for all of that stuff. If I hadn't gone to school for skin, I wouldn't want to know. I would not want to know the science behind. I wouldn't want to know that. So I'm just trying to give you what I think you would want to know. If you want me to go deeper and make these videos longer, let me know in the comments and I will do just that. We are creating this channel together because if it doesn't work for you, it don't work for me. Okay, so with all of those AHAs, make sure that you are going the safer route and opting for lower potency acids, because you can always titrate up, like get your skin more used to it and then go a higher percentage. But if you just jump in and use something that is at the highest legal end of the spectrum allowed to put in an over-the-counter product, you will F your skin up. You will F it up. You will create acne where you didn't have acne. You will create scarring where you didn't have marks to begin with. You don't want to do that. Always better safe than sorry when it comes to skincare, okay? Too much of a chemical exfoliator can cause paradoxical hyperpigmentation, which is when you get more pigmentation because of what you're using to treat pigmentation. It's like Inception. It's like a dream and a dream and a dream, except it's hyperpigmentation because you tried to treat your pigmentation, and now it's a vicious cycle and we want nothing to do with it, all right? Okay, but I will say chemical exfoliators are always a better bet than manual exfoliating with a sponge, towel, or anything physical, including those little scrubby things, all right? And then my personal favorite is azelaic acid. Out of all of those, it's inflammatory, it's great for treating acne while also being super gentle. It's an effective exfoliator and dark spot treatment. It is literally the full, it's me in a product. The full package in one product. Now, if anything, I'd probably be kojic acid because I'm really not for everybody. I'm really not for everybody. I'd be kojic acid. Ooh. If there was a skincare ingredient that you could identify with most, what would that be? Share it in the comments. I'm interested in seeing what you have to think about that. So a more gentle option that a lot of Black skincare professionals suggest as an even gentler exfoliation approach, enzymes. They're typically derived from fruit and they essentially act as little Roombas, you know, those little vacuums that just like scoot around your house, and they eat up all the dirt and all. That's essentially what they're doing. Some people call them like little Pac-Mans. That's another way to think about it. But what they essentially do is break up the protein holding dead skin cells together. So once you break that stuff up, take it off, you get that clearer, younger, juicier skin coming to the surface. It's good. We want that, all right? And then of course, the last thing, and you guys would be like, we're not monetized yet, which is why I use the Megan beat. I'm trying not to cuss. Okay, so the last thing is sunscreen. I know, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But even if you hate it, you gotta use it. Use it to spot treat those pimples and dark marks, or else they will only get worse. It's that simple. It's that freaking simple. And I know nobody likes to talk about how sunscreen sucks. And you know what my thing is? Like, and also you should know 25% of people are allergic to chemical UV filters. 25% of people, period, across the board cannot use chemical sunscreens. Why don't your faves talk about that? Why don't your faves try to meet you where the F you're at? Why? Everyone's like, you gotta wear sunscreen. You gotta apply it every 2 hours. Well, what if the sunscreen is causing the acne? What if the sunscreen is causing the inflammation, is causing the fungal acne, is causing the, like, what about that part? Like, can someone meet us where we're at? Because we get it. Just like we should be drinking 8 gallons of water a day. But if you don't meet me somewhere in the middle, like, well, if you're not gonna do that, at least do this. I'm gonna meet you in the middle. I'm gonna meet you in the middle. We're developing a sunscreen. I know it'll work for you because I'm not releasing it unless it works for me, and none of the stuff on the market works. Can you tell? Can you tell I'm upset about it? Can you tell I'm frustrated about it? Major pain point. I know I need to be doing it. I want to do it. And even though I know it causes breakouts because I'm in California, if we're gonna spend a day at the beach, I still put that shit on my face and then I have to deal with it for weeks. I am literally about to cry, but that's not what we're here for. All right? If I forgot something about hyperpigmentation, yes, I'm introverted. Yes, I am also a little bit dramatic. But let me know in the comments if you need more info on anything that we talked about. I don't want this to get too long. My product recommendations. Glow Potion. Red Velvet. My Color Rose Beauty. Yay! Glow Potion contains ingredients that address every pathway of melanogenesis, and it's extremely effective, but it doesn't contain any chemical exfoliants, all right? And then we've got the Red Velvet. Beyonce. Hello, Beyonce. But this Red Velvet contains a combination of AHAs and BHAs that both exfoliate the skin, clear out those pores, and treat hyperpigmentation. So God willing, we are launching early 2021. But if 2020 has taught us anything, you cannot hope. Yeah, that's what 2020 has taught us. So add your email to my VIP list. It's the first link in the description, and join the melanin-friendly skincare community. Link also in the description. Next, we are gonna be talking about black acne. Black acne. I'm gonna tell you my hacks to get it out of there. And we're gonna be reviewing Pharrell's Vogue skincare routine. All right, so subscribe, and remember, protect your melanin, respect your melanin, all right? Put some respect on that melanin.